Welcome to Standard 7 Biology class. In the previous class, we have started the first chapter, tissues. And you learned that plant tissues are of two types. What are they? Meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. We have already discussed about meristematic tissues in detail. So in today's class, you will learn mainly about the second type of plant tissue, that is permanent tissues. Permanent tissues are made up of cells which do not have the ability to divide. The cells of permanent tissues are derived from the meristematic tissues, and the cells are specialized to perform specific functions. Next, let's discuss the characteristics of permanent tissues. Permanent tissues are composed of a group of cells which have lost the power to divide. They acquire a definite shape, form, and size. These tissues are made up of cells that may be living or dead, thin-walled or thick-walled. The nuclei of these cells, if present, is located at the peripheral. Next, we move on to the types of permanent tissues. Permanent tissues is mainly divided into two groups, that is, simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues. So let's see what are simple permanent tissues. A group of cells which are similar in origin, similar in structure and similar in function are called simple permanent tissues. As the name indicates, it has a very simple structure and it is made up of only one type of cells. Examples of simple tissues are dermal tissues and ground tissues. Dermal tissue is a type of simple tissue and it mainly provides protection of roots, stem and leaves. It consists of closely packed cells that are mostly single layered. For example, the epidermis is a dermal tissue. You have studied about epidermis, right? So epidermis is a dermal tissue that is usually a single layer of cells covering the younger parts of root, stem and leaves. Epidermis, which is present in leaves, secretes a waxy coating which is called as cuticle. Since cuticle is a waxy coating, it's a waxy substance, so it helps the plant to retain the water in it and prevents the plant from drying out. In the epidermis of leaves and young stems, there are minute pores called stomata. It helps mainly for the exchange of gases between the plant and its environment. The epidermis present in the root, it bears unicellular root hairs which helps for absorption of water and minerals from the soil. Next is ground tissues, which is a type of simple tissue. The tissue of a plant which lies between the vascular and dermal tissues are called ground tissue, and the bulk of the plant is made up of ground tissue. The functions of ground tissue is that they provide mechanical support to the plant body. Also, it synthesizes food and also acts as food storage tissues for the plant. Ground tissues are of three types. As the ground tissue is a type of simple tissue, we can generally say that simple permanent tissues are divided into three types. They are parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. So the first type of simple tissue or ground tissue is parenchyma. This is a parenchyma cell. Since it is a simple tissue, all the cells will look similar. The cells are thin-walled and it may be spherical or oval in shape. The cells have a large vacuole in their cytoplasm and a prominent nucleus along the margin. Also, between the cells there are intercellular space. Parenchyma is widely distributed in plant bodies such as stem, roots and leaves. The main function of parenchyma cells is to synthesize and store food. A type of parenchymatous tissue that contains chloroplast is called chlorenchyma. As it contains chloroplast, it can carry out photosynthesis and is mostly present in the leaves. Another type of parenchymatous tissue which contains large air cavities is called aerenchyma. Aerenchyma is present in aquatic plants and it helps them to float in water. The second type of simple tissue is collenchyma. These are elongated or oval cells, and between the cells there are no intercellular space. A particular character of collenchyma cells is that the cell walls are thickened at the corners due to the deposition of compounds, cellulose and pectin. Collenchyma cells are often found under the epidermis in stem of dicot plants, and the main function of collenchyma is to provide elasticity and flexibility to the leaf and stem. The third type of simple tissues is sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma cells are usually dead cells which have thick walls. The cells are very closely packed without any intercellular space between them. The cells are thick-walled due to the presence of a substance called lignin. The function of sclerenchyma is to give mechanical strength to the plants. Sclerenchyma cells is of two types, that is fibers and sclerites. Fibers are elongated cells with pointed ends. They have pores on their walls called simple pits. Fibers are found in the outer regions of cortex and pericycle of stem, midrib of leaves, and in xylem and phloem. Example of fibers are cotton fiber and jute fiber. Another type of sclerenchyma is sclerites. The cell of sclerites are small, oval or irregular in shape. They have very thick cell wall with pits. Cell wall is thick due to the presence of lignin. Sclerites are found in the seed coats and pulp of fruits. They provide a gritty texture and crunchiness to fruits and seeds. So, we have completed the types of simple permanent tissues, that is parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Hope you have understood the class. We wind up now. Thank you and have a nice day.